Hey guys, depending on how long you've locked yourself in your homes right now, you're about ready for another one of these. It's the Cal Country Show quarantine show via Skype. My name is just Dave, host of the California Country Radio Show and podcast. And with me over Skype right now is guitar player and artist, an amazing artist, Nikki O'Neill. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. You're talking about quarantine. I feel like I'm sitting in a playpen here. This is the loft area of
Yeah.
our apartment, and this is where I film a lot of guitar lessons and stuff. But yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
caged in. It just looks like it.
No, it's actually looks really cool. You got stuff all over the place. It's really interesting. And you got drum set on the wall, I imagine. So it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
my husband's a drummer, and so when we moved in here, so this is the loft area, and there's like this part of the place, and he
Yeah,
said, let me put my old drum kit there and a Van Halen flag. So I know that's not country, but
yeah, works
um,
for me.
we're Van Halen fans here, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so
California band, LA band. So yeah.
exactly. Drums are chained to the wall, so they're not going to fall on anybody's head. So
Good, yeah, because we
yeah,
also have earthquakes and all sorts of other things to worry
lovely
about
stuff.
besides,
Yeah.
besides what we're going through now. So how has it been? What's your daily life been like? How are you getting through this? And are things much different?
Yeah. They're for one thing, I teach guitar lessons, so all of
Mm,
that is online now. Nobody's coming to the house, so there's the adapting to that. Um, and other than that, I feel pretty lucky compared to many of my other friends, musicians who have lost their main income source
yeah.
with shows being canceled. In my situation, I've been busy recording an album since October, and I just finished it and I'm about to mix it. And so I've been pretty wrapped up in that. And then I also am changing a little bit of personnel in my live band. So I guess the timing has been a little more favorable to me because I didn't book a bunch of tours and front a bunch
Yeah.
of money. I got a publicist involved, but we didn't like hit the button on the machine to like go and start, you know, promoting the album. And I'm very thankful for that.
And so you have an album, it's ready to rock. You're just going to
Yeah,
wait a
it's
little
it's
while to
just
release it.
it's gotta be mixed, and
Okay.
it was supposed to be out in May. Now it might be June or July, but
Just like the
yeah,
rest of
it's
us.
exactly.
That might
But
the timing
yeah,
might
I don't
actually be
have.
perfect.
Yeah, but thankfully, yeah, didn't book a bunch of shows or tours or order a lot of merch and stuff like that, like I know many people have. So
Yeah, it can be tough. Although,
yeah,
I've actually been selling quite a bit of merch online. In fact, I have to reorder and figure out how to handle all
well, good
that
for
too.
you.
So things are good. That's good.
Good,
Speaking of
good.
speaking of uh speaking of me, because I noticed that I got mentioned in an article and I couldn't be happier about this. You wrote an article called Ladies of the Canyon, which is was it Guitar Girl magazine? Is that what it was
Hmm.
for?
Yeah,
And I
that's
noticed there's us here doing our little group here for the California Country Show when we were doing that in Nashville. Can you quickly describe kind of what the article was about and why just the community of LA and or at least California musicians is so important?
yeah. So I was asked to write an article. The magazine is targeting mostly female guitar players, bass players, and any string instrument. And it's a digital and a print publication.
Hmm.
And they asked me if I had any ideas for stories because they were going to do a SoCal themed issue. And I said, yeah, absolutely. There's a great community of, pretty tight knit community of musicians doing roots music, Americana and country, with people that are showing up to each other's shows and being very supportive of each other, and musicians that are, playing in each other's bands, and and I found it interesting that that there's several women that are doing great showcases with this awesome visual presentation with artwork and posters.
Hmm.
Um, and many publicists that are women. So it's not, not only women doing stuff, but I just found it interesting. Is, when you're looking at a story, you're looking for an angle, and so I thought this is something that could be really inspiring for other people who try and do the same thing in their areas.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned us in the article, and I thought that was really great because I did a series of women on the podcast,
Right.
and you've got Deb right here who's very involved with the artwork, and so it's not there, but our artwork was also really impressive, and it's all part of it. Art in itself requires visual and music and talent, and also people like Kim Grant, publicity, and all that stuff. And it's just so great to see so many powerful women, not only just in the business in general, but right here, that
Yeah.
are able to do such great things with photography and video and the whole thing. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
it's pretty
it's
great.
important. I think it's really important because, I mean, I liken it to the restaurant business. It's not enough to just cook good food. You got to walk into the place and you get an
True.
experience. And with music, you got to involve the other art forms. I think it helps you to stand out more. And I think these were examples of where it's really well done. And you as well with your podcast and
Thank you.
you know and everything.
Well, I
So
I try to make things as I wish that I were treated in the business. And so, and one day
yeah,
when, and, with the radio show, like I'm very much, please some of your stuff, I'll try to mix it in and glue it in. It's still a one-man operation. But, as things grow for all of us, it's so great to have this, to be even just starting out and meeting all the folks in this community. So it's pretty great.
I think it's important for people to know that it often is a one man or one woman
One woman. Yeah.
operation, and
Yeah.
where it takes a lot of work and money and yeah, a ton of effort and a lot of patience. And I always am I always am looking out for any information that could help me. And I'm very much about doing that for other people as well. There's nothing more annoying than when you ask a musician, so how did you arrive to where you were? Well, how did you go about stuff? And then they'll just say, you just got to believe in yourself, man. Just work hard.
Yeah.
And it's like, that doesn't help anybody to give a
Not at
shallow
all.
answer like that. So whenever I get the opportunity to write an article, I can't help myself. I put a little educational slant in there because it's
That's
like,
good.
ask people because it might be info that can help them
I think that's
and
awesome because
inspire.
we're in a spot now where it's like trade secrets be damned. We don't need those anymore. We're all independent artists, all trying to do something to rival labels. And now that we're all locked home alone, we get to share these things. So I really appreciated that, and I hope to continue to do that. And hope that you continue to do that because the more keys that we have, the harder people work. They're just going to have a little bit more help along the way,
Yeah.
at least with the knowledge built inside.
Yeah, and I
So
try to
where can
think that it's not secrets.
I don't
There
think
are
so
very
either.
few
Yeah.
secrets. I think that's kind of a small mindset to,
Yeah.
because it's like, if it's meant to happen, you put in the work and then you end up meeting the people, and it's just a different process. And if you think, no, it's just, I'm gonna keep this information to myself, yeah,
No, you're not
I
doing
don't think,
anyone any good.
yeah, I
No,
don't think things work
no.
that way. So
Well, I
anyway.
hope they wouldn't. At least here in California, my experience in the last few years, it's changing and it's been great. I've learned a lot just by asking people what they think,
Yeah,
and you guys have all the group that we're talking about, that group that was in that photo are all just some of the nicest and most open people that I've met here while living in
absolutely.
LA. So
I
it's great to have that community.
Same experience.
Yeah. So where can we find you online? I want to hear about not only your music, your guitar lessons, and such.
My website's nikkio'neill.com. I spell it Nikki, like Nikki Six, and O'Neill is like the playwright or the surf brand. So yeah,
Okay.
nikkio'neill.com, and yeah, I've got my previous album there and 2 singles, and then a new one is coming out this summer. And
Awesome.
and I have a guitar lesson channel on truefire.com, and it's called Twang, Soul, and Rock and Roll. And it's exactly what that is all about.
Yeah,
I
you got to
play a
hear this
lot
girl
of.
play, folks. She rips. She rips it up
Oh,
on the
thank
guitar.
you.
So yeah.
Thank you. There's some really good guitar players in LA, so I've got a lot to learn, but it's fun, and
That's great.
and I love to share whatever I've learned. So but yeah, Twang, Soul, and Rock and Roll. That's my channel,
Awesome.
and you
Yeah,
can find
and
it
if you want
all
to
on the
follow
website.
on guitargirlmag.com, if you want to read the article, I believe it's the one up right now. So please go
Yeah,
check it out, or follow
just
Nikki
came out.
O'Neill on Facebook. I'll have the links below. You guys can check it out and see. And thank you. Please, be safe. Don't leave the house, or
You too.
do what you got to do. And hopefully, are you good on toilet paper? Everything okay? You guys,
Yeah. Not to give you too much information, but my husband has always been good at stocking up in that department, so we're
that's
good.
good. That's good.
But
But
I'm
hey, I did
running
a
a
video
little.
about installing a bidet, so you don't worry about too much information.
Right. I grew up in Europe, so I know all about bidets.
Yeah, that's
But
good stuff.
no, but
Awesome.
it's funny how when you're locked up, how you get cravings for stuff you didn't care about. Suddenly, chocolate milk's really appealing to me, and
Yeah,
chips and and all that shit.
yeah, we're all gonna have to really. I miss gyms the most right now. I could really use one, but we get by. We get by.
Yeah,
So,
we get by.
well, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
I'll have links
Thank you
below.
so much.